Maybe.
Okay, you're on.
Okay. Well, hello. I'm Cadet. Y'all know me. I'm the squadron commander for the Leadership Squad Laboratory Squadron. We have our slides. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Now I got the briefing. This briefing is unclassified. First thing for what is Lead Lab? Lead Lab, as I was saying earlier, is the in-person section of our hybrid course. It is where we have cadets from all over the Yavapai County come in and learn basic leadership skills. What do we do? As I said, our main focus is teaching leadership skills. We do that through drilling. LRC is Leadership Reaction Course. At Embry-Riddle ROTC, they've got an obstacle course where they basically put you in groups and then they say, you're the leader, get past this obstacle. And it's a lot of fun. And we also do public speaking and teamwork, GLPs, or group leadership projects. The other things we do during Lead Lab is take tests for the academic portion, and of course have fun. These are some of the things we have done throughout the entire last semester. As I mentioned earlier, the Leadership Reaction course, that was one of our favorites. We also had a field day with the entire Cadet Corps where all the different flights did flight competitions where they did capture the flag. We had like a push-up challenge. We had a drill down. We had a lot of fun with that. We do PT. We have our physical fitness assessments every quarter, and then each quarter we encourage the cadet to improve on their last times and records. And of course, as I said, we do tests in here. One of the things we pride ourselves in our cadet corps is we have a Cadet of the Month board every month where the flight commanders actually pick out a cadet from their flight and nominate one who has showed leadership potential, who has been outstanding in their flight. That cadet then goes before a oral board of officers, of cadet officers, and answers common knowledge questions. And from there, the officers select one of the cadets to be Cadet of the Month, where they get their name on a plaque and a ribbon. And actually, Cadet Piper Seeley was one of our Cadet of the Months from Leadership Laboratory. We also have done basic step, 30-step drill, public speaking, as I said. We also took a tour of Embry-Riddle and a tour of Luke Air Force Base. What's new from last year, this is actually the second year we've had this hybrid course. Last year we only had 14 cadets at the end of the year. Now at the beginning of the year we had 52 cadets registered. We upped up, last year we only had one flight, Legendary Leaders flight. This year we have 3 flights, Jumanji, Knockout, and Lethal flight. Each flight gets to name their own flight at the very beginning of the year, one of our GLPs we do. We also introduced a command staff with a squadron vice and a staff member, just to keep us more organized and make sure that when I've got 10 things on my list I got to do for Leadership Lab, I can give it to my vice, and he's got another guy he can give it to. So we have a command staff. I'll introduce in a second. And then the command staff holds after-action reviews. At the end of each Lead Lab, the command staff gets together and we talk about basically what went wrong and what went right. And then here we have 8 different schools represented, and let me see if I can get this right.
Hold on, let's let them.
As I say, Bradshaw students, raise your hand. Bradshaw Mountain High School is our rivals, actually. Prescott High School is represented here. We have Seligman, Ash Fork, Gocanaro's not here. Just one from Ash Fork. Rimrock High School, Mingus Mountain Academy. What else is?
North Point.
North Point. And there's one more. There's one more missing.
South Verde. South Verde.
South Verde and Sedona.
South Verde and Sedona.
Almost, so close.
And Trinity Christian.
And Trinity Christian, of course. Warriors.
So actually that's 9.
Who has the longest commute?
I believe Seligman or Rimrock. Rimrock.
Sedona.
Sedona. Yeah, technically Sedona.
I think Seligman is 78 miles one way.
Yeah, it's...
Where's Seligman?
That's dedication.
About something.
Yeah.
When do y'all leave?
30.
2:30? Okay,
2:30 every Monday. Wow.
right.
If you're gonna hit the wake up button. Yeah, oh, there it goes. Okay. This is a organization chart of our squadron. It goes from the squadron commander, that's me currently, two of my vice and command staff, and then into the individual flight and flight commanders. Next, I'll introduce my command staff. Maybe. Next slide, please. There we go. My command staff. I'm the squadron commander currently. Next week actually is our change of command, and we'll be changing out with my vice. My vice is Cadet Joey Johnson in the back right there, and our other staff member who's going to become the vice is Henry Villani. One of the things I mentioned to you was after action reviews. That's something new we haven't done before. It's our goal as command staff to make Leadership Laboratory better every single time. It's held by command staff at the end of each lead lab, and how I run it is a start, stop, continue. I say, what are some things we got to start doing at Leadership Laboratory that didn't happen this time? What are some things that did happen that we have to stop doing? And what are some good things that happened that we should continue doing? And at the end of the semester, we hold a survey where I give them a survey. It's an anonymous survey, and I basically ask them questions like, did you enjoy Leadership Laboratory? How would it be better? How can I, as a cadet commander, be better? And just kind of some questions so I can get feedback from them on how I'm doing. Next slide, please. And then the way ahead with Star Trek, I'm a Trekkie, so I have to put Star Trek somewhere. The way ahead for this semester is we have our change of command next week, and then our 30-step drill final the week after.
Live long and prosper, Cadet.
Next slide, please. Do you have any questions, sir?
Do you, as a whole, do you think you're being integrated fully into the Junior ROTC program here?
Yes, sir.
Do you think you're getting the full experience?
Yes, sir.
I know you're making quite a commitment. That's why I asked about the distance, the commute to get here. So, what would you, if you had your druthers, what would you like to do maybe differently? I know your instructors are here. It's a tough question. But when you do your after action review, the start, stop, continue, that's excellent. That's a good time to say, get your opinions in and stuff like that. And, always think about making the program better, especially for you, because you guys are making a big sacrifice to get here time-wise. So you obviously like the program, I would think. What do you think? You don't have to tell me now. You need to. Obviously, you can tell your commander later when you do your after actions, but think about things like that because it looks good. And I'm not an evaluator. I'm just here. I'm learning as much as I'm trying to help get you guys ready for your inspection. They're going to look really hard at you, the people in this class, at what you do, how you do it, because you're different. Okay, this isn't done in the Air Force Junior ROTC anywhere. You're the only ones. So I think the way you have this organized is going to go over well. I think they're going to like that, especially when they find out you drive 78 miles one way to participate in this, to get the face-to-face time with your classmates, with your instructors, and what you're doing here. So it's a positive experience, but they're also going to ask you like how you can make it better. So I know that's tough when you're not ready for that question. That's why I asked it now. You have a month or so to think about it. How you can make it better, things you can do differently, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, that kind of stuff. And what's really good about this, you got 8 different schools, so you got a diversity of opinions, backgrounds, that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
So that kind of adds to this class. So you can use that as a positive.
Definitely.
Because who wants to keep this going on? Continue this, all right? So you guys got to sell it. You got to sell it to headquarters.
Yeah, that's really the truth, guys. I'm telling you, the 2 individuals will be here January 13th. They're basically going to walk away at the end and either go thumbs up or thumbs down. I mean, it's a fact, because this is the second year of the 3-year experiment. One thing that is honest is that the people in this room are intermittent about their online work. So guys, talk to me. Why are you guys sometimes perfect and crank out stuff for 2 weeks and then stop for a month? What's the deal? Why is it? Is you don't have internet access at home, or you don't go at lunch, or why do you guys go for a month perfect and then drop offline for a month? I'm sorry, what now? Regular schoolwork? Okay, so you're saying you have other...
When we get bigger projects, and sometimes I just can't find time to do them.
Okay. What else? Has anybody here ever taken an online course prior to this course? A handful, like a fifth. So that's one of the things that I've had to do is they have to learn how to take an online course in addition to taking it, which is some of you guys have never taken an online course, right?
Do they have the luxury of, like, they're talking about time management's a big thing, managing your studies, stuff like that. So if he opens up a block, maybe if you open up 2 or 3 blocks ahead, that they can get ahead at times, and then...
Well, I've never done that. We'll see. I videotape here with the military studies kids, the second hour kids, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And I'm generally, these guys know, about 1 week in advance. Like this week was about the Comet ISON or something like that I put online. I recorded that last Thursday. So I'm 1 minute, but I leave them 2 weeks, right? Isn't it 2 weeks I give you guys?
Yes, sir.
So when I activate well, I've already done this week, but I activated today, this week, Monday, and they have 2 weeks to do this week's work. But I'm a Santa Claus, and everybody's learning. And if you've been online, you see that when the change of command is next week, the 2nd of December, for 1 week, 2nd of December to the 9th of December, which is our last leadership lab, the 18th leadership lab, I will open up all 18 weeks. So if Miss Seeley misses a week or two, you can go back and do that. And if you guys are missing tests, on the 9th of December, the last leadership lab, because you were sick or whatever, you can come in and take your test while everybody else is having a pizza party. But that's just some of the options that I'm trying to do, because it is tough to learn how to take an online class and then take it for a grade. So, guys, help me. What else can I do? One of the schools here, Mingus Mountain Academy, raise your hand, girls. Those students do not have access to the internet. So Mark, raise your hand in the back. He's the Air Force mentor, and so he downloads it and plays it all for them. And guess what? They're perfect because they're always online. And he's teaching it straight to them. Gary, raise your hand. He's at Rimrock. He's been here since the beginning. How do you do your class? Do you?
We have an hour blocked out for them, 5th hour class, and they do that online during that hour.
Okay, so some of these students actually take it during the day. How many people here take the class during the day, guys? Raise your hand. 40% or maybe half. And how many people are taking it after school online? So that's 60-40. That's pretty much what I thought. And so the ones that are taking it afterwards is an extra elective, basically. Bradshaw Mountain kids. And how many are Prescott High School students? So see, they could not take my class during the school year because of the elective or whatever, but they're choosing to take it afterwards. But guys, I need help. I need you guys to tell me what I can do to make it better. I even thought about having a month of online skills before I give it for grades. Would that help? You guys really know how to submit papers, and I remember we had to upload your resumes and stuff like that. Do y'all know how to do that?
Yes, sir.
So,
Why didn't you do it? Cadet Donovan.
Actually, when I was trying to upload it, it came up with this thing. It was like a file like uploaded, but it didn't actually let me upload the paper to the website.
Okay.
I had to print it out and do it myself.
I had to do this one.
And those are the complexities. Some of them are. Is anybody here taking this class off an iPad? Well, guess what? That's tough. Sometimes that doesn't work. Because it's designed for computers. But who ever thought about that? Is anybody taking the class off of their handheld?
No.
I'm just saying that I never thought about that, guys, 2 years ago. I did not think of that complexity. So really, if we were to stay around, I should release an app, right? Military Studies app. I mean, sounds ridiculous, but maybe if I get enough kids, I can afford it. I can afford it. Okay, what else, guys? What else? Would it help you guys to have this week open so that you can go back and make up your mistakes?
Yes.
I'll hate it because the grading will be nightmarish. I mean, we have 3 assignments each time, so that's 52, so that's 150 some odd clicks that I do a week. And so it's a nightmare. Okay. What else for the Colonel? Anything else for the Colonel? We lose about 1 leadership lab a year because of snow, right? And then if we had Veterans Day on a Monday, I don't make them come on Monday, Veterans Day, but they make up. If you miss a leadership lab, the Air Force requires us to see them a certain amount of time. So I know, like Cadet McCord here came to a parade. Came to our parade to march in. We have the Christmas parade in 2 weeks, guys. So that's another way to make up your leadership lab missing. What else? You guys need to think about this, really, because we're going to have, actually, on December 9th, the last leadership lab, part of your test, part of your final, of course, is going to be the 30-step drill, but your written test is giving me constructive criticism about this to make this better. What else? Anything else? Colonel, you have anything else?
Oh, I actually got one other thing.
Go ahead.
I got one other thing on my, if you can.
I'm sorry, I already shut it down.
Oh.